Boy, I have not done one of these in a long time, but let's give it a shot. What's up, guys? Legend here, and today let's do a short film over this EX Group Prix. I don't really know how to say his name, but for now you're going to be called Mr. G. So Mr. G here has a rather interesting passive. Now, as we all know, there's a certain green unit that's running rampant within this game and being Ultra Rose. Now, there's a lot of good purple units out there that could really, counter him, but there's only a select few characters that can actually counter a powerful opponent, as well as Saiyans, and Mr. G here does that. Now, at 14 stars for a event exclusive character, I think he was the more impressive one out of the Frieza Force bunch, outside of the green guy, I think. But for him, he has a rather interesting, passive against powerful opponents and Saiyans. He deals an extra 40% damage to powerful opponent and Saiyans, and he also has a reduced damage by 20% against, Saiyans and powerful opponent. And on top of that, he already comes in with 70% damage inflicted that can't be cancelled, and another reduced damage received by 40%. So if you think about it, this man is up to about, 110 in damage inflicted and almost 60% in damage reduced? That's pretty good, actually. And if you think about it, Rose is just a powerhouse. The real issue with Rose is he doesn't even care about type advantage or type disadvantage. He doesn't care about that. So what if this EX unit here is a solid counter to him? And that's kind of why I wanted to do a short film for this unit, because I'm really interested in seeing if he could actually counter Rose. Now, if you think about it, there's not a lot of units that counter a powerful opponent, and he is one of 2 purple characters to do that, because the Revival Gohan does it. But when you think about it, you're gonna need a good purple character to counter Rose, and I guarantee you we will run into a Rose player almost instantly. So let's try this out and see what he can do. Now, with short films, if you don't know, I take any EX character and I Zenkai the crap out of them. And that's what I'm doing. This man here is getting 3 Zenkai buffs outside of actually getting buffed by his respective tag. And if you think about it, all those 35s, that 30, he's getting a solid amount of buffs here. But the only issue is he's an EX character, and EX characters don't really, can't really be that impressive or be that much of a menace unless you are hard countering that one character that's, being shown. And with this many purple units, you already know, I honestly feel like nobody's gonna bring a green unit if they see this setup. I do. I feel like this setup here would scare a Rose player. I really do, but I don't know. So let's have a little bit of fun and let's just see how well this works. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So after all that, I mean, what can I say? I had a hunch, and that hunch was really there. Now, the thing is about these short films, they don't take that long to make, because if you think about it, I'm only doing maybe like 2 or 3 fights. And I feel as if, even though I'm not facing Rose, because that's the main purpose of this video, to try to counter out Rose. And again, I know the Revival Gohan is a pretty good counter. I mean, he's still a pretty good unit, but I don't think he has what Mr. G here has. Again, that's up to 110 at best in damage inflicted, because you are going to face a Saiyan character regardless. And then that minus 60% damage received, that's also good. So the hunch that I had with this was to see if this was a good counter to, you know, powerful opponents as well as Saiyans. And God knows how long Rose will continue to be a menace. Like, we don't know how long that man will be a menace. But for right now, what we do know is that they kind of sort of need to push out some more powerful opponent hard counters than ever, because I feel like that's what you're going to run into mostly. You're going to run into a lot of powerful opponent, Saiyan characters, future, wherever the case may be. Again, for me personally, I have a huge issue with units, I guess, being a hard counter to certain tags. I have an issue with that, because we don't know if that tag that they're meant to counter is even relevant right now. But what we do know is that powerful opponent, future, Saiyans, what else? Movie sagas. Pretty much what we see on a daily basis will always be in PvP somewhere. So for a character like Mr. G here to not only have a pretty solid kit, but to be an EX character that could actually counter Rose is impressive to me. Now, I really wasn't 100% sure if I was going to run into a Rose character. I really was not 100% sure. But that's okay, because there's also the Tag 4s you got to deal with. There's also Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I mean, he's still there. Any green unit that's a menace, guess what? He counters them. If they're if they are a Saiyan or a powerful opponent, this man counters that. And I'm actually pretty excited the fact that I made this work, and these never worked. But nonetheless, Mr. G here did his job. It wasn't pretty, but somehow I made it work, and I'm impressed with it. Until then, next time, peace. I messed up my whole outro. Let's redo that. Until next time, peace.